we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. So we need more Traores in Africa.
Hello, wherever you are watching from, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Kenyan Beast. Of course, we are doing it the African way. And in today's video, I'm gonna react on this speech of Dr. Arikana, the Mama Africa. She was talking about what's happening and she gave out solutions. Let's listen to this and then we're gonna react about it.
Tell me, why is it that we are here in Ghana? There is a military base here that American soldiers can walk in, no passport, no ID. They walk right through. If they commit crimes, they rape women, they kill women, no policeman in Ghana can touch them. Why? Where is the Ghanaian military base in the United States? Where is the French military base? Where is the Burkina Faso military base in France? Where is the Nigerian military base in Russia? Every superpower is building bases throughout Africa. Where are the African military bases in those countries? As I say some of these things, it's almost like it's a joke. So we need more Traores in Africa. I like Nigeria, you know. Nigeria said when the US government increased their visa to $250 to get a visa to go to the United States, Nigeria said, no worries, you also have to pay $250 if your people want a visa. But turn around and go to Namibia, I was shocked. Namibians pay about $170 to get a visa to go to the United States, but Americans, when they go to Namibia, nothing, zero, not a penny. Just come. Now guys, let's have a serious conversation here. Who is stupid? Whose problem is it? We are the problem. What is leadership doing? Leadership is doing nothing. Leadership is voting on sheer stupidity. Stupidity that is causing us havoc. The same people who are abusing us, taking advantage of us, exploiting us, they are laughing at us because we are jokers. What are we doing in our parliaments? And that is why you see what's happening in Burkina Faso, what's happening in Niger, what's happening in Mali. The youth are saying, now we know. Now our eyes are open. Now we know who the real problem is. Yes, we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. However, we also know that our leaders could stop it. So yes, it is that the youth are rising. The youth are saying, you leaders, if you do not do the right thing, we will replace you. So we need more Traores in Africa. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. The youth of Africa are sick and tired of being sick and tired. The issues of the root must be addressed. World Bank must stop giving us frivolous loans. World Bank must treat Africa fairly. Ours is a simple ask. We are simply saying to the world, we demand Africa that can be treated fairly, an Africa that can be treated as equals on the world stage, an Africa that is free of racism, bigotry, and hate. Our ask is a simple one. Our position is of stating the facts, stating the truth, constants that do not change. We're simply asking that the world does unto us what they would want done unto them. Anybody that has an issue that Africa has taken is somebody who is anti-earth. We want a peaceful world. We want a world that is just. And that is all we are asking. That is all our children are asking. Our children are saying we're tired of watching our uranium power 2/3 of France, while they call us a dark continent. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our mineral wealth fund Western education, while we don't have quality education in Africa. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our natural resources fund healthcare in the Western world, while we don't have access to that Western world. So it is the revolution that has been proclaimed, the revolution the likes of Kwame Nkrumah and others had hoped for. While it may have taken us years to get where we are, the unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers started back in 1963 must be completed, and our youth in Africa are acutely aware of that. The leadership that is not awakening, the leadership that doesn't understand that imperialism no longer has room in Africa, neocolonialism no longer has room in Africa, colonization no longer has room in Africa, exploitation of Africa can no longer continue. A leader who doesn't understand that is a leader whose days are numbered. The African youth are not taking it anymore. The African youth are awakened, their eyes are open, and they're saying, you either stand up and defend what belongs to us, or we will replace you, plain and simple. The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers, the unfinished business that Kwame Nkrumah and many others started, it must be completed, it must be finished. You and I, we have a responsibility. Youth, make us accountable as your elders. Make your leadership accountable. If your leadership is not accountable, replace them. I thank you.
Now, welcome back. Today I have on the building one and only who?
The Kenyan Explorer.
The Kenyan Explorer.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good?
Yes.
Now, have you ever come across a military base here in Kenya? A military base that is not for Kenyan, maybe foreign military base?
Military base? No, maybe...
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard there is a military base, maybe United States military base here?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I never...
You have heard about it?
Yeah, I have.
Now, have you ever heard military base of Kenya or Uganda or Rwanda somewhere in United States or France or any African military base in the white man's country?
Not yet.
This is the question we're going to react. This is the thing we are going to react today, because Arikana says something and I found that is a reality. That white people has their military base here and everywhere. France, in Ivory Coast, France, in Senegal, France, with military base everywhere. The US has military base in Kenya. It has military base in Africa at large. Spain, these countries, Russia has military bases here. But Africa does not have military base in their countries. Why?
Just some few days, I hear some stories. I don't know if it's a story or rumors going around that the US have launched their new military base here in Kenya. And you know, in those days, we used to see military airport choppers hovering around our
space.
So I don't know why. And how can this be happen like this?
It's in a way that Africa, these military bases they are opening here, there's some hidden agenda that I think we need to know. We are never being told about it. Because
these people have nothing here special that you can say maybe they are sending their troops here to come and safeguard. So as per me, I don't know what's the main reason of them just bringing their bases here.
Tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Why do we have military bases of these white man's countries, or Westerners have their military bases here, and yet we don't have any African military base in their land? I feel personally there is some agenda that we never know. Like for example, France has a military base in Ivory Coast, that latest. US has military base in Kenya, and many more countries. But it is something that I need to know. I have never understood that mathematics or that chemistry. I've never understood it, because I think if it's military bases, we have to only have African military bases here. Let them have embassies.
Embassies, that's right.
Yeah.
That's their right to have embassy. Even here in Africa, we have the embassies there at their land.
Very true.
That's something reasonable. But now, when it comes to this issue of military base, there must be something hidden, some big agendas that these people, the only people that can be aware of it, it's our leaders.
Our leaders.
Yeah.
And they have to tell us. We need to ask these questions, by the way.
Yes.
Why do white people have military bases in Africa, and yet no African countries has their military bases in their countries? Another thing Dr. Arikana said that we need to talk about it is about how we have wake up as people. For example, you have heard about our leaders. Like for now, which leader you are looking forward and see, this president, I think he can make a good leader. Worldwide in Africa.
As all this is something that's common as per now. Everyone is talking about this guy who's Traore,
the Burkina Faso
Traore. In Africa, we need someone like this. I can call him the icon of Africa.
The icon of Africa. Yeah. That's true. And of course, he's a youth. And Arikana have urged the youths to just to wake up and to say, do you think youths can make a change?
Youths can make a very big change if they can only be given these chances. But now, as this guy, how's he called?
Dr. Arikana.
Traore. Do you think everything that this guy is coming with, the new ideas, these leaders of our African leaders, do you think they're happy with it?
They are not happy.
They are not, of course, because these people, they believe that they only benefit from the white people. And now, when it comes to the point where someone can come and maybe start making people to open their eyes, they feel like it's a threat to them.
And by the way, we need more of Ibrahim Traores.
So
we need more leaders who can
Africa
work like
only have at least 5 people or
5 leaders
like Traore.
5 presidents of Africa.
Even the whites themselves can be afraid and can be fear Africa. They cannot just take Africa just the way they take it as per now, because these people are just feeling like we are not people. We have nothing to offer to them. You see, they feel like they are the one who can. We have to believe in them. We have to bow.
To kneel in front of them.
We have to bow fear when we hear about Africa, the white people. But these people, they're just people like us.
Yeah, they are our brothers, just people like that, same blood.
And if we decide we have to stand at our own, we can do great things than these people are doing.
So, about this speech we have heard about Dr. Arikana, she's talking something that is touching every youth and every person of the continent Africa. For example, she's saying we now know where the problem is. We now know there's some embassies that are here in Africa or in Kenya or in Rwanda or in Uganda or Ghana that does not mean good to us. She's saying that we now know, and which is true, we now know that the loans they are giving us, they are not doing it in a good will, because you saw Kenya, like we protested, and it was because of the loan from IMF, and that means that we as the youths, we have start opening our eyes, and we need to open our eyes more and more, and we just need more leaders like Ibrahim Traore.
Of course.
Because as you have said, if you find 5 Ibrahim Traores, we
can make a
we go bang,
big change.
We go bang.
Bang.
But sometimes I think that why do you think that the leaders, because these African leaders like Museveni, Ruto, they know what they are doing is bad. They know they need to do this to make Africa great. Why are they not doing
people? That's why I told you before. The only thing and the reasons as to why we have some things like military bases here in African countries. We don't know about what's behind this. But the leaders themselves, they know everything about this. So these people, they are doing everything just to benefit themselves. Have you ever, do you think these leaders have anything to do with you? With us, just as a local.
We are brothers, all Africans.
We are brothers, we are Africans, but these people, they are there just to benefit themselves. Because everyone is here. You can't tell me that today, if you get the chance to lead this country, maybe you can come up with some ideas. These people know. These people already have these ideas, but they cannot use it because it will. These people are not happy even if we citizens or low people class get benefited from the government. That's the reason as why we as youths, we have to wake up and do something that may change our countries. Maybe I can add something small. You see, these people are bringing here their bases, the military bases. But these people, let me say, like today, for example, here we encounter some attack, maybe from Al-Shabaab. Do you think these military bases will help us?
They remove all their military bases.
They remove everything.
They remove everyone. They remove their embassy.
Everyone, embassies, everything.
Their military, they go
alone. So we have to fight on our own. So I don't see the benefit of these people. They have to leave us alone. We have our military. They can fight for us. They can secure us.
They have their military bases in Oh, I now know. Because they have their military bases in Congo, and yet Congolese people are fighting, and they cannot help. Their military base, I think, is for guarding their resources that they are stealing from us.
As here in Kenya, maybe we have an embassy from America.
American embassy.
We have some small investment from America. Even today, something can come up, something that can maybe bring some effect to the country. These people will just go and safeguard their territories.
And for example, as I see, their military bases, their military are here to protect their interests and their people. But our people are suffering there at their country. Nobody is talking about them.
Nobody is talking about it. No one can.
And even there's a video Larimado did where the American forces, they were accused of raping, they have their children here. Children are here by racial, and they just did that and went. But our government cannot say anything.
When you talk to any African who has been there abroad, and has been there for maybe some years, he know everything about that area. There are a lot of things that are going there underground over African peoples. But no one can come up with the statement.
The strength,
no one. But because they fear, African leaders, they cannot expose what's going through there to their fellow Africans. But let me assume today the white man here is shot dead by the gangs. What do you think it will happen?
Wow. You know what will happen. If something happened to a white man here in Africa, something bad will happen.
Something bad.
Their forces will be here, their military will be here, and it will be just sad. I know. That's the message to the youths. And today I don't want to talk much. I want us to listen just to Arikana message. He has a strong message. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to be a spoiler. I want it to enter our heart and our mind. And as I say every day, that it's not all about speeches, but through this speech, even if they will not act, as the people, we will pick few things that we know is the best, and we do what we do the best. And I just have to ask a question. Why do you think white Western countries has military bases in Africa, and yet no African country has their military base in their country? They have, France has military base in maybe Ivory Coast or in Bissau, and Bissau does not have a military base in France. US has military base in Kenya, and Kenya does not have military base in US. What are they hiding that we don't know? That's the thing I want us to discuss on the comment section. And by the way, just reaction. It's just a reaction. If you feel like we are talking something that is not right, tell me in the comment section, and you can go to the personal level. kenyanbeast@gmail.com is my email address. My number is on the bio there. Again, my number is there, and let's talk. And you have support the African way, support the youth of Africa, support the movement, support the change, be an ambassador. Black Americans, be an ambassador of Africa, because we know what is happening and we are seeing, and we need to change, and change is now. Until next time, peace be with you.